What's chirping, crickets? This is Kim for Kim Takes On. I'm Kim. Hi. And this is my co-producer, co-host, aider and abetter and keeper of the sanity around here, Terrence the Wonder Duck. Terrence says hello and hopes everyone's had a good beginning of August. My gosh, here we are. It's August already, crickets. Can you believe it? Considering the end of July kicked all our butts when it came to losing people that we cared about. So many people at the end of August we had to say goodbye to. My gosh, it was craziness. But today we're going to talk about something a little bit more, fun, I guess is the word I want to use, I suppose. We try and be about fun here on Kim Takes On. I mean, because there's tons of other podcasts out there that you can watch about death and murder and tornadoes and, ghoulies and ghosties and things that go grrr in the night and things like that. No, there's nothing like that here, Terrence. Calm down. I keep an eye on him because he's very delicate, is our Terrence. He's also very tasty and he knows it. But moving forward. So, I'm sorry my hair is a bit flyaway, but it is August in Massachusetts. And if you think I don't have the fan on, you are straight up crazy. So my hair's a little flyaway today. Sorry about that. So, what's the topic for today? The topic for today is Mount Rushmore. And I know some people just went, what the heck? This isn't the History Channel. No, it's not the real Mount Rushmore, which I've actually never been to. I mean, I've seen a ton of pictures of it, and you see it in lots of movies. And if you think I'm going to touch on the controversies about it, you are very much mistaken. No, I'm talking about my Mount Rushmore, my own personal Mount Rushmore inside the monster island that is my brain. And what I thought I would do, other people have done their own Mount Rushmores of, movie stars or politicians or sports figures and blah, blah, blah. So I thought I would do my Mount Rushmore of rock and roll because I just thought that would be a cool subject. So these are the four acts, the four artists, I should say, that if somebody gave me a mountain and a bunch of money, I would create a Mount Rushmore worthy of me. Stop laughing, Terrence. Little wise guy. So starting things off, the first person that would be on my Mount Rushmore would be, to the surprise of absolutely nobody, the king of rock and roll, Elvis Presley. Because I couldn't remember a point in my life when I had not heard Elvis's music. I heard it when I was a very little girl. I heard it when I was a younger adult. And it was always just part of my life in one way or another, whether it was seeing some of those admittedly cheesy Elvis movies when I was a kid on one of the local UHF channels, or hearing Blue Christmas every year, and all of the things in between. Elvis just meant a lot to a lot of people, and one of those people is me. Now comes the question of which Elvis would I want to have on my Mount Rushmore, and it would be the Elvis from the 68 comeback special. What? Oh, sorry. I went to my happy place for a minute. Sorry. Yes, that Elvis with the collar and the hair and the... Whew. Is it hot in here all of a sudden, or is it just me? No, I know it's me, Terrence. Shut up. Boy, you are sassy today. He didn't get to go to the pond today, so he's a little snippy. Sorry, we'll go tomorrow. Go to the pond tomorrow and have some splashies. That'll be fine. So, what's missing when you have the king of rock and roll but a queen? And to me, the queen that would be gracing my Mount Rushmore would be Janis Joplin. Janis Joplin had one of the most amazing voices ever. I don't care whatever decade you want to talk about. She had a beautiful, powerful voice. She could purr, she could growl, she could screech, and still all you wanted was more. You know, from songs like Piece of My Heart, Me and Bobby McGee, Cry Baby, all of that, you know, and the fact that she was just her own person. That's the thing I loved about Janis, was that she had not only the amazing voice, but she had this presence, this incredible presence that said, this is who I am. I don't give an F if you don't like it. This is how I'm comfortable. This is who I am right now, in this second, living my life to the absolute fullest. I mean, it's very sad that we lost her at such a young age. Don't do drugs, kids. Drugs are bad. But she would definitely be on my Mount Rushmore for rock and roll. The next person that would be on my Mount Rushmore would absolutely have to be Freddie Mercury. The lead singer of Queen was, to borrow the title of one of their songs, he had a kind of magic. He had this way of just grabbing you by the face and being like, you are going to listen to every single thing I say, and you are going to love it. And I'm going to blow your eardrums out, and you're going to say, thank you, sir, may I have another? And that's Freddie Mercury. That's who he was. And, you know, I mean, there's so many wonderful songs that everybody knows from Queen. You know, Another One Bites the Dust, You're My Best Friend. Lots of really fantastic songs. I have always really liked some songs that are a little bit, I don't want to say maudlin, but a little bit more emotional. Who Wants to Live Forever, which just, the first time I heard that song, I just sat there and sobbed. I mean, I just sat there and sobbed my heart out, because I am a squishy squishmallow. And I cry at frickin' Cheerios commercials. I do. That is not a joke. The lady in one of the Cheerios commercials reminded me of my late aunt, and it made me cry. I'm also the same person that can watch a Japanese death match in wrestling and not bat an eyelash, but show me a video of a dog being adopted, and I will burst into tears for 10 minutes, because I am Captain Contradiction. Dun, da, da. But seriously, Freddie Mercury's voice in a song like Who Wants to Live Forever and The Show Must Go On, if those don't move you, I don't think I want to be around you, because you obviously have some problems. No, I shouldn't say it that way. Well, as far as I'm concerned, there's only two types of people in the world: those who love Queen and communists. No, that's a joke. It's my one political joke. That's it. But Freddie Mercury just had this overwhelming charisma along with his voice, and he would definitely wind up on my rock and roll Mount Rushmore. And finally, this is a 2-for-1. This is a 2-for-1, because you would have to have two beings as part of the last person and friend. I would add to my rock and roll Mount Rushmore. I can talk. And the last person would, of course, be Alice Cooper and any one of the snakes that he has used on tour. Because Alice Cooper taught me at a very tender age, be who you are and screw what everybody else says. If you want to go out there and sing a song as deep and meaningful and gorgeous as You and Me, or you want to go out there and sing a song like School's Out, which I'm sure a lot of people won't play nowadays because there are some imagery in that song that doesn't really work anymore. Or just something like Welcome to My Nightmare or Black Widow, which, yes, of course, I'm going to pick the song that he has Vincent Price on because, of course, I do, because it's Vincent Price and you people should know me by now. Alice Cooper taught me that being strange is a lifestyle choice. And I didn't choose the strange life. It chose me. And I have Alice to thank for that. So that is my Mount Rushmore of rock and roll. Elvis Presley, Janis Joplin, Freddie Mercury, and Alice Cooper, and one of the myriads of snakes that he's been on tour with. I hope you guys like my Mount Rushmore. I think it's a pretty good list. And I did want to do something. It's a little bit on the more sad side. I did say I didn't want to talk about goodbyes and things like that earlier, but this goodbye I want to talk about because it sucked. At the end of July, in between all of the other people we lost at the end of July, Ozzy Osbourne, Hulk Hogan, a ton of other people, we lost a gentleman named Tom Lehrer. Now, Tom Lehrer was a musician and a writer and a genius. He was an effing genius. And that is not a word that I toss around lightly. He wrote some incredible material and had a ton of albums come out. And he has been part of my life for a very long time. And I didn't know it when I was a little girl. When I was a little girl, you know what? I'm going to change that. When I was a young girl, because I've never actually been very little. Some of us are more on the Rubenesque side. When I was a little girl and I used to watch The Electric Company, and they would have all these fun little cartoons that would teach you about grammar and words and all that stuff like that. And there were a ton of songs on there that were written and sung by Tom Lehrer. And if you're someone who is my age, Terrence is holding up a card right now that has my age on it. No, you're not going to see it. Put that down or it's duck l'orange for dinner. Little wise ass. But there were songs like the Silent E song or the LY song and other songs from the talented mind of Mr. Lehrer that he also sang on. And the cartoons were funny and you actually learned something. And as I got older, and I was one of the people that found out about Dr. Demento when I was in my late teens, early 20s, somewhere around there. And I started to listen to Dr. Demento, and they had some of his works on there, Mr. Lehrer's works. And I was like, ooh, I like this stuff. Hey, I remember that guy from when I was younger. Oh, he's got albums out? I'm going to go buy those. So I wound up with a bunch of Tom Lehrer albums, which included songs like The Masochism Tango, Poisoning Pigeons in the Park, lots of great, wonderful, goofy, in some cases a little, there's a few things that if people played them now, they wouldn't get the jokes. Some of them I didn't get the jokes, but just some really, really, really funny stuff. And Mr. Lehrer left this plane of existence to go to whatever is beyond it at the end of July as one final kick in the nuts to us as a species. So to Mr. Lair, thanks for the memories. Thanks for the laughs. Thanks for the learning. And you will be missed by a weirdo with purple hair and her rubber duck co-host. So, do you guys have a rock and roll Mount Rushmore that you'd like to see? If you do, we'd love to hear about it. Send it to us here at platinumroselle@yahoo.com, or leave us a little comment. Or you can like and subscribe and share this and all those little neat buttony things that TC will put on this video wherever the heck it goes, because my direction sense is completely shot. I don't know what else to say about that. But so that is going to wrap up my show for this week. I know it's a little short, but like I said, it's hot. So I need to go get a drink of something cool to calm my throat down, because it feels like I've got a briquette shoved down there. So for the rest of us, for all of us here at Kim Takes On, all two of us, I'm Kim. This is Terrence the Wonder Duck. We wish you a great week and keep rocking.